Tonight on America's Hope, it's the summer blockbuster movie season, but we're going to focus our attention away from Hollywood films and really zero in on faith-based films. That all starts tonight on America's Hope. From the NTD Global Headquarters in New York, I'm Kelly Wright, and this is America's Hope. We're glad that you can join us this hour. As always, I'd like to say that wherever you are, we hope that you're safe and well, taking care of yourself and your family because you matter. So one of the things that people like to do during the summertime, and summer is here, the heat wave tells us, well, one of the things people really like to do is to get out to go vacationing, or to watch a good movie. As you know, it's the time of summer blockbuster films. But tonight we want to focus on a couple of special things that are going on in the faith-based community. So tonight we'll be speaking to actress Stephanie Peterson about the movie she's involved in called Undefiled. And we'll also be speaking to two people who are producing a new film in the near future, and that's Zipporah and Michael David. They'll join us later on right here in the studio in New York. Let's get started. Joining me now is someone who's starring in a new film. It's about the suspense drama Undefiled. Stephanie Peterson is one of the stars. She joins us now, and she recently received many nominations for Best Supporting Actress. And this particular role that she plays perfectly depicts the anguish of a deceived wife. Amber Jennings is the character she plays. And Stephanie believes that by playing this role, marriages will actually be restored by this gripping story movie called Undefiled. Stephanie, thank you for joining America's Hope.
Thank you so much for having me, Kelly. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, I'm happy to have you here. Listen, this film, tell me about the role, the character that you play, Amber Jennings, and how she fits into the story of Undefiled.
Yeah. Undefiled is a baseball drama, excuse me, dealing with some voice issues today. And it centers around a man who is a little bit of a washed up baseball player. He's devoted his life to baseball, in some ways neglecting his family, but he has come into a sexual addiction and an addiction to pornography. And I play his wife, Amber Jennings. So she's so important to this story because when we're talking about any kind of addiction, but particularly pornography addiction, we need to remember that there is a betrayed spouse out there, and she is showing the viewer of this film, hey, your feelings are valid, you're angry, you're hurt, this happened to you, you've been betrayed, you've been lied to. And I think it helps the audience to recognize that that person is out there. And I love that this role is so important in the film because when an addiction comes out like this, many local resources, like from the church or from recovery ministries, will correctly be devoted to the person with the addiction. But the betrayed spouse needs to know that they are worthy of care and counseling and recovery for themselves, and that is out there as well. So I really think it's important to remember Amber Jennings as a character and to remember that that aspect of this situation also needs to be addressed and cared for.
Well said. You know, pornography, it's a big multi-billion-dollar industry, and because of digital media, it's able to worm its way into the households of America. Yes. So many people do become addicted to pornography, which has manifestations or leads to other things that could be very treacherous and dangerous, not only for the person consuming it, but also what it can compel them to do. I'm curious, how did you prepare to become the character of Amber Jennings, a wife who, as we've talked about, has been deceived by her husband, who's addicted to porn and yet concealing it from his wife? Talk to me about how you prepare for something like that.
I definitely had to draw on any hurt and betrayal I've had in my life because Amber, it's, you know, the person in the addiction, they have lived it for so long, even if that's a short period of time, they've lived it, they know But the betrayed spouse, all of the information starts to come to them by surprise, kind of all at once. And so it's almost like drinking this betrayal from a fire hydrant. And so I had to really step into Amber's shoes with that and draw on that hurt kind of coming in all at once like that. And it, to me, for Amber, she was experiencing it like a death. It was a grievous moment. It was like a death of the marriage that she thought she had. And I think a lot of women do experience that, and men. This is mostly happens to women, but definitely happens to men too. So I think that having to prepare for it, preparing as though she's grieving a loss of this marriage that she thought she had and all of the lies that have been told. And she's having to question, is my marriage going to continue? Is it not? Are my children going to be fatherless? And it is hard to prepare for that, but Matt McCauley, the director, created, and also the DP, Adrian Petrosian, they created such an environment where I could do what I needed to do as an artist, and that really supported me to be able to pull this off.
Wow. It's a film, but it really is talking about a reality in life.
Yes.
What do you hope the film Undefiled will accomplish in real life?
I think Undefiled can really bring restoration to marriages. And first of all, bringing people's addictions to light. I think that's the most important thing we can do, is be talking about this problem and let people have the safety net in their local church or local community to bring it into the light and receive the care and resources that they need, because there's so much shame attached to it. And that shame causes you to hide. And as soon as it can be brought into the light and resources can be brought in, marriages can be restored, families can be restored. And I really think that that is going to be a powerful aspect of this film. It's a conversation starter. People may not be ready to talk about it, but after you watch a film, then you've broken down all of the walls and barriers and you can finally be honest about it.
The transparency that comes from it and
Yes.
talking about it. What is your personal mission in regard to this kind of acting?
My personal mission in everything in life is really to give glory to God. I definitely want to do that. As a storyteller, I want to be excellent at storytelling. When we are making faith-based and Christian films, I just want us to keep setting that bar higher and higher and higher and make that excellent story, because God is a God of stories. History is his story. The Bible is full of stories for a reason. We identify with stories. We are captured by visual storytelling. There's a reason we always want to watch a movie or watch TV. We're so captured by stories. And, for me as an artist, I just want to be excellent at storytelling, because when you're watching something and it is produced and acted and filmed excellently, you're paying attention to what it says, and you're really willing to listen and willing to have conversations about it, willing to inspect yourself. So I think that all of us in Christian film, me particularly, I just want to be excellent storyteller.
Hi, everybody. I hope you're enjoying this episode so far of America's Hope. If you'd like to see it in its entirety, just click on the link below. Thanks for watching.